3. We are so happy to be back. Well, I'm happy to be back. I don't know how happy he is.
He had to drag me here today.
Defenses shouldn't win you weeks, but I'm not going to complain that they did.
TJ Watt is defensive player of the year. He's the best defensive player in the league.
Love it. Don't count me out. That's what I'll say. How about that?
Nobody counted him out.
You want to go over what your team did last week?
There's nothing to go over. It was abysmal, guys. Pollard and Kenny were my only two people that showed up this week. So if it's going to be like this the rest of the league, I might as well start drinking my alcohol and start training for my mile because it's not looking good.
Week 2's competition was 0 to 0. And that is the biggest drop from week 1 to week 2. I think that Tatani had an inkling that he was going to win that, so he just completely sat his quarterback.
Yes.
When I looked back, there was no quarterback. I was like, what's going on here?
How do you feel about that? Not 100% effort.
It's a little disingenuous, but I looked at everybody else's score. Honestly, there was no way anybody else was going to get it. Tatani, congratulations on your $10. This week, week 3, is going to be the competition MVP. So your highest starting player in your starting lineup. That can be defense, kicker, quarterback, anybody.
So it's not going to be me. So you guys up for grabs.
Just like we have the past few weeks, we are going to go right into our power rankings. At number 12, we have, well, we alluded to it. We have Gifford.
I said it in the chat, and I'm owning up to it.
He, like I said, didn't even score 80 points this week.
No.
Scored 79. His new name is Curious George, after George Pickens, who, what did he do last week?
He scored 24 on my bench.
On your bench.
It wouldn't have mattered anyways. When A.J. Brown and Calvin Ridley combine for less than 10 points, you know it's going to be a rough week.
Yeah.
Guys.
A.J. Brown's starting to look like the wide receiver 2 over in
He's starting to look like the wide receiver 5 in Philly, and it's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Because Jalen's throwing it to himself. What a selfish bastard.
I don't think he's selfish. I still like him.
Calvin, it's not your fault. T-Law had a bad week. You'll bounce back. It's all right.
Yeah.
Kenny, thank you for the 2 touchdowns. Finally, someone scored on my team. I didn't get any notifications all day. Just fucking Kenneth Walker in the morning, and then that's it. No notifications.
I mean, it was a slow day for you. You'll bounce back. Yeah. So down 4 spots. You're down there. Do you think that your team can turn it around?
Yeah. I mean, I may be delusional. I still don't think I have the worst team in the league, but I don't know. If they keep playing like this, maybe I do. But I still don't think I have the worst team in the league.
I don't know. I feel like Michael Thomas is showing his age. He's still getting like 11 targets, so that's all right. But there are 2 young up and coming receivers over there taking over there. Dalton Kincaid, I like him.
He's getting targets.
He's getting targets, just like Knox over there.
I'm just happy Mike's healthy after week 2.
I know, me too. Just waiting for that high ankle sprain to come back again.
But it's okay. Mike's on my bench. We got Georgie in now. We got Pickens.
You're sitting Michael Thomas.
Okay. Yeah, Pickens, a young gun. You know, let's get some new blood in there.
With Pickett.
NFL young boy.
Did you see how bad Pickett looked?
Well, he's going to have to deal with it. I mean, you know, that's his quarterback. So
yeah.
Deontay's hurt. What else am I supposed to do?
We'll see. Tony Pollard, still love him.
That's my stud.
Just going off.
That's my darling right there, you know.
You may have to trade him to get some pieces.
To you, right?
To anybody. And if
it
happens
with
to
your
be
8 running backs, you don't know who to start?
That's true, actually. If anybody wants a running back, go ahead and send me some.
Paris.
Yeah, go ahead and send me some, Paris. At number 11, we have Tommy, a.k.a. Young Hose.
Who should be, for the record, should be 0-2.
Should be, but he's not.
He's not.
He is the lowest points for in this league, and he is now down 4 spots in number 11. He, this week, had to deal with Travis Etienne getting taken out.
Yes.
However, he's just dealing with cramps. He should be fine. He'll be back next week.
Kelsey scored.
Yeah, Kelsey and Mark Andrews. They're back week 2. They both scored a touchdown. Travis Kelsey only had, 20-something yards, though?
Yep.
So you look for him to bounce back. He'll be fine.
Joe Mixon has been a ghost.
The Bengals have been a ghost.
Trevor Lawrence surprisingly struggles against Kansas City. I don't know. London scored.
Ooh, on his bench. I think London got, what, 20 points this week?
Yeah, and Algier didn't do shit.
Yeah.
The RB1 of the Falcons. We talked him into that one.
Yeah, we did. That's my bad.
Here's a little... so, just to give Tommy a little bit of positivity here, Russell is starting to look really good. And I think Judy should be able to produce a little bit because Russell's starting to look like Seattle Russ again a little bit.
A little bit. He's still a little slow.
But it's a lot better than last year.
It was rough watching him, but yes, it is a lot better than last year.
Yes.
So yeah, Tommy, you're gonna need some help. I think it's about time you start looking into trade partners with your tight end.
When I am not the lowest scoring this week, you know it's a problem.
Yeah. I should bring up that both of you actually scored less than Tony without a quarterback. But yeah, like I said, bring up a trade for your tight ends. You have two incredible ones. Let us know how you do.
Yep. Because he doesn't want Njoku anymore. He's done on the Njoku train.
I can't rely on him
tell the truth.
For more than 6.
Top 3 tight end in the league.
Right, he's not a top 3. That's fine. At number 10, we have Paris. Harris likes France.
We just want to say a eulogy for your second best player on the team, Nick Chubb. I had him last year, and I think Chubb's a stud, but this may be career-threatening. Disgusting injury.
Which is insane. I feel like he's still he's in his prime still. And it's cut short right there.
And, Nutsberg. Minka, what are you doing, Minka? Dirty hit, man.
It was low.
It was unnecessary.
It shouldn't have played out like that. It couldn't have happened.
His leg was at a 90-degree angle, guys.
It was a rough injury to watch. Same knee that he hurt in college, too. Anyway, you are down 5 spots into the number 10 slot. Your running backs, like we were just talking about, they're garbage at this point. You have Khalil Herbert, who is slowly getting taken over by Roshan Johnson.
And then, a Shane Deuce. Who's the third running back?
Devin Singletary. Yeah. It's looking tough, but you do have some assets that you can trade away.
Tyler played really well this week, and that's a positive.
But you decided to bench him.
For Adam Thielen.
I should bring that up. He scored like 16 points.
He did.
For an old cripple, I think he did really well out in Carolina. Good for him.
Is it time to bench D-Hop?
Yeah, Cooper and Luckett both did well on your bench, but that's just giving you too many wide receivers.
Paris, you need a running back urgently, right now.
Start sending out trades. We'll take a look. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 10. At number 9, we have Sammy and Zach. You guys changed your name. Thanks for doing that.
You guys blew me out the water. I don't know who's controlling the team since it's a two-headed monster. To have the balls to start DeAndre Swift after that first game, kudos to you. I can't even be mad that
DeAndre Swift kicked ass this week. You know who else did? T. Higgins.
Yeah.
T. Higgins came back, proved himself.
Killed me.
After that 0-point week 1.
Killed me.
Really proud of him.
I mean, Swift with 26 carries. I don't even think he did that healthy on the Lions. Never.
No. DeAndre Swift always had promise, but, it took him going to one of the best teams in the league to actually...
Best offense, O-line,
We're not even going to talk about Kyle Pitts, because, what do you say? Stephon Diggs, always great.
Pacheco, mid, always. Yeah. Justin Fields, bust of the year so far.
Bust of the year. He only scored, 14 points this week?
Yeah.
I am not liking what I'm seeing.
I'm seeing film, and literally wide receivers are open going into the end zone. He's taking the sack. I don't know what's going on, but Justin is not seeing the fields right now.
Yeah. Is it jitters or is it just poor play?
Man, he's been in the league for 3 years now. Get that jitter shit out of here, man.
I don't know, but in good news, you guys have Big Kirko sitting there on the bench.
Thank God.
40 points.
Thank God you didn't play Kirko because you would have mutilated me.
They already beat you by 30.
Yeah, but you would have beat me by 55 if you played him. So Jamal got hurt.
Yes, running back news. Jamal Williams got hurt, hamstring issue, and he is looking doubtful for next week.
So it's looking like Swifty is going to be your second running back, and then you just got put in a flex. Yeah. So about your bench.
Your bench isn't looking much better. But, I couldn't put you any lower than this. You guys did gain 3 spots. DeAndre Swift is going to play. Jamal Williams will have to be on your bench. I guess Justice Hill will be your replacement there.
Man, the Ravens and the Eagles are like the same team. I swear. I don't know how many running backs they have, and both, including their quarterback. So, I don't know.
We'll see how you guys do. Also, like the name change, Sammy Genius Team and Zach 2. Great one.
Yep. Next is gonna be Baroto Bowl.
Yep. At number 8, we have Brittany, aka Baroto Bowl.
I was really rooting for you, Brittany, but fell short. 0-2 squad, me and you know, we there.
I don't know if you want to be in a club with him this year, unfortunately. Last year, you guys were top 3. This year, not so much. But you are up 2 spots.
Just remember, I'm a legend. I got a ring. So
that doesn't make you a legend. That makes you a one-time wonder, and you're gonna go right back.
I got it done.
Jesus. Let's start out with the bad news. Okay, Joe Burrow has not looked like Joe Burrow.
No.
And unfortunately, his calf injury has come back and bit him.
And Anthony Richardson got hurt again, so that is not good news.
Yeah. Joe Burrow barely outscored Anthony Richardson.
Played better than week 1. Let's give him credit.
Yes, but
he threw 2 touchdowns.
Re-aggravated his calf,
yes.
And now he is questionable for next week. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see if Anthony Richardson can play.
So at this point, Brittany has 0 quarterbacks at this very moment.
At this very moment.
Just like me last week.
Rough. We'll see. We'll see where you're at come Thursday.
Didn't even have a fucking quarterback last week.
All right. Your standout player this week was Bijan.
Okay.
To me.
Bijan.
Sorry. Bijan Robinson.
Playing great.
He's
looking like a number 5 pick in the league.
Yeah. Algier didn't steal any of his touches really this week. And Bijan got over 20 points.
Even when Algier stole his touches, he still got double-digit points. So.
Yeah. No. He's been great both weeks so far. I expect him to do even better. Jahmyr Gibbs did not do as much as I expected him to against the Seahawks.
Pass-catching running back that game. A lot of catches. But he'll pick it up. I really like the kid. I can see
I still really like him. But against the Seahawks, you expect more.
Right.
Because the Seahawks have not been playing great defense. And
again, he's splitting carries with Monty. So when Monty hurt now, he's going to have a full game to be Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. We'll see. And let's move to the wide receivers, like you were saying with Chris Olave.
Oh, man. Automatic 10, 11 targets every game. Sturdiest receiver on the Saints. Derek Carr's going to be slinging the football. And a lot of targets shared between the receivers on that team. So it's going to be easy pickings for Olave.
Yeah, and Mike Williams, he did okay. 12.6. That's fine.
The main concern for Brittany right now is definitely the quarterback. Because if both doesn't play this week, does she drop one of them? I mean,
I would drop Chig first before you drop.
I would drop Joe Burrow.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, you have a few drop candidates on your bench. Let's just stick with that. Up 2 spots to number 7.
Shit my pants.
We have Scott, and I mean here you are 2-0 somehow.
Should be 1-1. I'm not even gonna cap. Should be 1-1.
I'm just gonna say this right now. You have in the top 6 players. You have the lowest amount of points.
This was Scott last year too. He faced me in the championship game, and he did not score that many points.
It's wild. People just don't score against you for some reason. And
watch this.
I don't know how it goes.
And watch this be me this next week. I'm not going to score anything against Scott.
But that's to be expected at this point. So anyway, Justin Herbert, he did well. Derrick Henry, fine.
Touchdown.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley, though, did really, really well. Just vintage Barkley
He
stuff.
just fucking carried that team on his back till his fucking ankle snapped. Yeah.
However, Saquon gets the 49ers on Thursday. So I'm not looking for him to be in your starting.
I'm going to go back to Derrick Henry. Might be overreaction for the first 2 games. It doesn't look like it's going to be 30 carry Derrick Henry anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to be 150 yards, 125 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1,500-yard seasons. It's starting to look like Derrick is finally starting to relax.
He's not quite the tank anymore.
Yes.
But he's still a dude.
Yeah.
And he's going to get that workload.
A big one.
And
you get that poster in your room yet? Yeah.
He's still great. Don't worry about it. Cortland and Terry.
I think Terry did decent this week.
They're
talking out
fine.
my ass.
Yeah. They're a fine pairing. Cortland, I don't even think scored 10.
Jake Ferguson scored a touchdown.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
As soon as I saw that on the TV, I was like, well, damn, he finally paid off.
Yeah. One of my most disappointing players of the year, though, is Dameon Pierce. Dameon, I expected him to be a top 15 back this year.
Damn.
Yeah, I was just about to draft him right before you did, or right after you did.
And he's playing like top 50 running back this year.
Barely top 50.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's on the Texans. Texans have been throwing a lot. It's crazy.
CJ looked really good last game. He looked really good.
Wild. But Dameon
3
Pierce
tutties.
didn't. And that's who matters for you.
Yeah. Christian Kirk on the bench. A lot of targets. Out-targeted Ridley. One game. Not going to overreact.
They might be taking turns as the wide receiver 1 over there.
I guess so.
We'll see.
Maybe Ridley got mentally challenged again. I don't know.
Christian Kirk scored 18 on your bench. Are you going to put him in for Dameon or Terry? Cortland maybe?
No, he's starting Dameon. I looked at his roster already. We're facing me and you, Scott.
I mean, you can change your lineup all week.
No.
I mean, some people don't even put in their lineup.
No, he said it because Saquon's on the bench. If he was running it like a regular lineup, he would have left Saquon in there. So he's on it.
That's true.
White on rice. On your ass, Scott.
All right. And moving up 5 spots this week.
Nutsburg.
This team has been moving just up and down crazily this year. We'll see where they eventually end up. It's Nutsburg. It's Devin. It's me. Last week, I should have used the name Nutsburg last week because Pittsburgh went off for 26 points last week.
Highest score this week. How do you feel?
I feel back at home. Honestly, I'm back at home scoring the most points, and he is back at home in 12th place. Everything is right in the world at this moment, and honestly, I just wish I could freeze time.
I'm not even going to say anything. You know why? Because he's waited 2 years for this. He's had 2 off years in a row, and he deserves this. Because I don't like sad Devin. My team sucks. No, I like this Devin.
It wasn't like that at all last year.
Oh, fuck. You were saying inspirational quotes rise from the ashes.
Every week last year, I was still confident that my team would win. And every week we got shut down. This year's different. We just beat one of the top teams in the league, and we will continue on that path.
Yeah, you beat an 0-2 team. Congrats.
0-2 team that has outscored most of the league. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Quarterback Lamar Jackson, he did pretty well, 26 points.
It's about fucking time he played well.
However, he did get a left hand injury, but
injury prone.
He's looking fine. He'll be okay for next week.
Okay.
The other injury the more important injury on my team.
Damn.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A little toe.
He got taken out. It looks like turf toe.
They could cut it off.
I hope it's mild because he did come back in. However, he looked a little bit strained.
The mild ones.
I think that he will be okay, though. If not, just a little limited. Looking at my... Yeah, Devontae Smith.
Devontae's getting a blowjob every night because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know if it
because they're getting the same amount of targets. It's not like because like Devontae had 5 targets last game and AJ had 6. So I don't know.
Devontae just had a baby girl. Devontae just had a child, and this was his...
And he's trying to make more babies.
This was his way of welcoming his child into the world.
And saying, my daddy's the shit.
Me. Absolutely he is.
Yes.
And that's what he did. So yeah, I like that Dev Smith energy right there.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to start Kyron Williams?
That's the thing. You know?
Studs.
That's the thing. Running backs are plentiful on my team.
He's inevitable now.
Yeah. Kyron Williams. I also have Brees and James Conner.
And Austin Eckler.
All of those guys are start worthy. I need to figure out what to do with also Jordan Addison because he is becoming a must start every week as well.
Because he's a speedster. He goes 156 miles per hour.
It's going to be a tough... It's going to be so hard for me to choose
who
to play every week. All of my team can just... They can go off every week.
It kind of sounds kind of familiar. Me last year. I had that same issue.
It's tough.
It's a great
tough.
issue to have.
Yeah. It's a rich man's world.
Yes. Fuck it. Start Kenneth Gainwell this week.
I will not be doing that.
Okay.
Kenneth Gainwell will not be starting in my lineup. Spoilers. Yeah. You're welcome.
How about Odell on one leg?
Odell might actually get dropped this week because
Ooh.
Austin Eckler has to come off IR.
Doo-doo boys
So,
getting dropped like a doo-doo.
Anybody that wants Odell, stay prepared. Get ready to use your waiver pick on him. Because I'm 12th in the waiver.
Don't tempt our next team, who's notorious for picking up questionable receivers, Tatani.
Tatani, you are number 5, down 3 spots after that rough outing. At quarterback, I assume that you will be playing Dak Prescott again, which he's great. You did get the $10 this week by sitting him. Congratulations.
I mentioned Fields being the bust of the year. Josh Jacobs, nowhere to be found. 2 games in.
Yeah. Are you looking to get rid of him? I know some people that are looking for running backs.
Yep.
Not me. I don't want Josh.
Madison, not impressive by any means.
Another person that was hyped up during the draft process, and he just kept on moving up and up and up until finally he was like a 4th rounder. Your wide receivers.
CD's a stud.
Yeah, CD's great, but
Ayuk came back to earth.
Ayuk did come back to earth, scoring less than 10 points.
Yes.
He is now questionable with a shoulder injury.
And he's looking like wide receiver 2 because Debo outscored him.
This might be going back and forth, just like how Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley are on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Ayuk, you never know. Are you going to get 30 or are you going to get 5?
In other news, DK did not get ejected from this game, and he stayed and played the whole game.
Proud of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's working on growing up at, 23, 24?
Which he's been in the league for 4 or 5 years now, so...
I'm so happy for him. What a great young man.
Right. And Kittle played.
Kittle did play. He played, that's for sure.
He played.
The Niners got the win
He blocked his ass off.
against the Rams.
In a dogfight.
Crazy.
Closer
What
game
was
than I
that?
thought.
I didn't expect that. But anyway, all of those things are why you are down 3 spots. Dallas was not able to pick you up this week,
No.
unfortunately.
But they are hands down the best defense in the league. Stealing a top 5 spot at 0-2,
Yeah.
Mr. Chris.
At number 4, we got Wall Street. He is up 1 spot because even though he did lose, he got one of the top scores again this week.
Yes.
Somehow you are 0-2. Sounds a lot like what I went through last year. You got the most points against, and you have one of the top scores in the league. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, though.
Jettas is going to get you 20 points every week.
Easy.
20 to 30.
Easy.
Keenan is healthy.
He went off.
Past week 2, healthy.
Yeah.
Great sign.
Just like Michael Thomas.
Brian Robinson is a monster this year.
Brian Robinson. I'm so mad that I didn't get it.
I wasn't expecting this potential.
Yep.
1000% admitted. We should have looked at him. I was looking first year, wasn't a great runner, but
He was alright. He was clearly better than Gibson last year.
for sure.
And I'm not surprised that he woke up and took that job. Because, that's what it was looking like last year, and they just never figured it out.
Mims,
This year they have. Mims is looking nice, too.
monster.
He's out there catching moonballs. Raheem Mostert also. All these guys on your bench, they're all going crazy.
Outplaying Kelly, Zach Moss, and Rashad White. If you
Well,
started your bench, you would have won.
Zach Moss, yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Zach Moss did do really well this
Okay.
week. Rashad White also, ton of work. He got mid-teens points. Rashad White did really well this week as well.
Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts.
What I will say, maybe your pride got ahead of you. You ended up playing Kelly against me, the Eckler owner. You played Eckler's backup, and he couldn't even get you 10 points.
Was that a mind game?
I don't know if it was, but if it was, it backfired.
To be fair, Kelly had a great first game, and Eckler was out.
Yeah.
I
mean,
kind of
it's-
don't blame him.
Yeah. But at the same time, had you played any of those 3 players that we mentioned on your bench, you would have won. Unfortunately for you, you didn't.
Jason Myers also missed 2 kicks. We're just throwing that in there.
Yeah. You would have won with those.
Low key, yeah. You would have won.
Yeah, you should have won. You didn't because we still have defenses in this league.
Thank God you didn't win, Chris, because this man finna cry if he was 0-2.
I wouldn't. I would take
Scoring 140 points and losing?
No, you're right. Anyway, at number 3, we have Eric, a.k.a. Let Them Cook. And it seemed like you had a head chef, but you did not have a sous chef.
One of them cooked.
One of them did cook. You had James Cook cooking.
Yes.
However, Dalvin got negative 0.3 points.
Not, lesson told now, don't play running back against the Dallas Cowboys.
Like he said, Cowboys are that defense this year.
Unless you got fucking CMC, do not start a running back against the Dallas Cowboys this season.
That being said, I might start James Conner this week. We'll see.
The borderline worst team in the league. Start James Conner.
James Conner's that dude. Deebo Samuel went off this week, like we alluded to earlier. He stepped up, took over.
And I take back all my prior comments about bust. Jamar Chase, hands down, has been the number 1 bust of the year so far.
Jamar
hasn't gotten over 10 points. Number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm. It's looking tough so far. I
knew Jamar has always been a solid wide receiver. I never had him on Jefferson's level. But
really?
some people had. I never saw it that way. He was too inconsistent for me.
Jared Goff, he did really well. He did outscore Geno.
Goff, I'm gonna put Goff as a top 10 fantasy quarterback. Goff is balling.
He is balling. He's balling out.
Yes,
as they say.
Waddle, health concerns again.
Concussion. What's going on down in Florida?
I don't know. It's starting to look like a reoccurring thing because Waddle cannot stay healthy.
Yep. So he is questionable right now.
Geno balled out.
Geno, oh man, I'm so happy about this.
What about that? A game-winning drive?
That was fun.
I wasn't expecting that from Geno. Crunch time.
Geno's great.
We needed that win so bad.
You know who else is great? This player that you have on your bench, little known guy, Gabe Davis. Oh man, he's just so good. I love it. I really like when he does well. Obviously, he doesn't do well every week, so you never know whether to bench him or to play him.
You don't know who Josh is throwing to. Never do. It could be the opposite team.
Yeah, it a lot of times is.
Yeah.
And, I mean, do you start Davis? Do you sit Waddle? I mean, you have so many great wide receivers and not as many great running backs.
Are you going to continue to start Dalvin?
I wonder who has a lot of great running backs and needs some great receivers. But I guess we'll keep thinking about it.
Yeah. It's not ringing a bell right now.
At number 2, moving up 2 spots, and, I mean, in the name, too fast, too felonious, it's Nate.
Yes.
First off, Josh Allen bounced back, scoring, 30 points this week?
Expected.
It is expected, but week 1 it did not happen. What is expected from me is that Miles Sanders
This is going to be ass.
Miles Sanders did not do well this week.
And now your best running back is hurt. Yeah. That is not good.
Monty is probably not going to play next week with a thigh injury. He is doubtful at the moment. It's not looking great for him. However, your wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore, these guys are fantastic. And then you look on your bench and you have Puka and Tank Dell.
Puka!
These guys are both great. Puka is an every week start. I think he starts over DJ Moore.
At this point, yes.
At this point, you gotta.
Yep, that's all we gotta say about you, Nate. You got the win this week, and you need to figure out that running back situation fast. Let's get some trades going, guys. Let's get this league more exciting. And number 1,
we have R.I.P. Kyler Apple staying at number 1.
I don't know how you keep scoring 130 to 140 points a week. You have a very solid team. I never looked at your team and said, "Oh, that's a pushover team." But 140 points. I don't know.
Week after week. Even without Tua going off.
Yeah.
He didn't even get 15 points.
No.
And you still scored second highest in the league. Third highest.
You're always going to be a third of the way to the century mark just because of CMC. CMC is going to literally fucking score for you every fucking week.
He proves it again and again. And I wish I had him.
Man, I wish I had him.
I'm going to start wearing his jersey during their podcast recording.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott. Ramondre Stevenson, solid as they get. 13 points at least every week. Garrett Wilson, he got a touchdown.
Even with an abysmal quarterback.
Just a garbage man.
Garrett Wilson is going to be the next Devontae Adams. When Devontae gets too old and can't do it anymore, that's the next guy in line.
I mean, he was supposed to be the next Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers thrown to him, but
right?
he's not anymore.
I just love that potential just thrown out the window.
Zay Flowers looking pretty good. He is the top target beside Mark Andrews.
My favorite rookie wide receiver of the whole draft, even over Addison. I just think Zay's upside is crazy.
It's tremendous.
He reminds me a lot of Steve Smith. He's very undersized, smaller guy, but he's got that dog in him.
A lot of undersized receivers this year.
Yes.
But not undersized is Mike Evans, scoring 30 points. That 6 foot whatever.
Man, 6'5".
6'5". Fuck.
He's fucking huge.
Man's massive.
Just box out basketball.
He's obviously gonna get his 1,000 mark again.
Yeah. It looks like I'm gonna eat my words. Mike Evans showing up this year.
Yeah, Baker is that guy. So
Man.
I really like him. I still like him. I'm always going to. I like his personality, and I like the way he plays. Plays with grit. Anyway, yeah, Apple, you're number one. Congratulations, you're still here.
Someone's got to knock him off.
So that's that for our power rankings this week. Up next, we're going to move right into our predictions for week 3.
Yes.
First up, we have Nutsberg versus Dax Deep Picks. Here, just like every week, you guys know it, I know it. I am not choosing against myself. I'm picking me. Tatani, you're losing again this week.
I just can't get over the lacklusterness in the running back position for Tatani. And with Devin having too many running backs, I'm going to take Devin.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
Up next, we have Young Hose versus Sammy Genius Team.
Man.
And Zach too. And in this one, I'm gonna take Sammy and Zach. Is that crazy?
Coming off 115 points, you're not crazy to say that.
I don't think I'm crazy, which is crazy to me.
No, that's what I said. I don't think you're crazy by saying that.
I never liked Zach's teams, but maybe it's the name change. Maybe that's what's changing my brain.
I guess so. Man, depending on what Zach does to his team, as much as I hate to say it, I think I'm gonna go with Tommy because I don't think Tommy's a 73-point team. I think his tight ends are gonna show up. I think Lawrence is way more capable of what he showed last week, and I'm just gonna go Tommy slightly. That's gonna be a very close game.
I think so. I can see that. Up next, we have Curious George versus Shid My Pants. And here, do I take you?
I don't know. It's at your own risk.
That is it's a very big risk.
But this is gonna be a close game just because of the injury for sure.
Yeah. Well, do I think Calvin or Kirk are gonna go off this week?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna go with you, buddy. I'll stick with you.
Thank you, because I need to stick with myself too. I need to get on the board, and Scott, you're just gonna have to just take one for the team, man. I just need to get on the board. That's all.
I mean, like we were saying, Scott's team doesn't score a lot of points, but he does win.
Yeah, he does win. I just do not think I'm a 79-point team. I'm in denial. Right?
You sure are.
Yes.
All right. Up next, we have Eric versus Chris. Let Them Cook versus Wall Street. And here, man. This is, again, just like, what was supposed to be Apple versus Tatani last week. These are two top 4 teams.
Yes.
Going at it.
Battling it out.
And I am going to say Chris takes it. Chris gets to start 1-2 this year. Doesn't go 0-3.
Me too. I'm going to go, Chris goes 1-2. I think Waddle is questionable. That's a big hit. And if you continue to start Dalvin's just as questionable as anybody else on your team. So,
like we said, get to trading.
Yeah, I'm going to take Chris. Chris has a stud team, man. And I mentioned in the chat, once he gets Kupp in his lineup, it's going to be a very, very scary Very, very scary team.
And up next, we have the Battle of the Engagement. This is Nate versus Paris. Harris Likes Friends versus Too Fast, Too Felonious. And here, I mean, unfortunately, it's not close. It's Nate by a long shot to me. But I did say that last week when he played against Brittany, and he barely beat Brittany.
Yes.
So, Paris, you have a chance, but it's a slight chance.
I still haven't picked Paris at all season, and I feel terrible.
Now's your chance. You can go against me.
She needs to pick up a running back desperately. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go, Paris.
Ooh, all right.
Let's go, Paris.
Upset alert.
Upset alert. You have number one waiver priority. You pick up running back. Nate is in trouble when it comes to his running backs. I know he doesn't want to admit it, but he's in deep trouble.
We'll see. All right, and now the final matchup of the week.
The Alliance.
Maybe stronger than the Engagement Bowl.
Yes.
We have Apple Wheels. Rip Kyler versus Burrow Till Bowl. Brittany and Apple. And here...
Who are you going to pick? You going to pick your fiance?
Have I picked her once? I picked her week 1. I'm not picking her this week. Apple is going to continue his route on the league.
Oh, shit.
Brittany, I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't cause a rift between your alliance with you and Apple.
I hope it does.
No, I like them as friends.
You know what?
It's nice.
Apple is going to beat you so badly, Brittany, that the wheels are going to fall off the Alliance.
You're saying this is a rotten apple?
No, I'm saying Apple's going to demolish
blow
the wheel. Blow the tire. Put a nail in the coffin.
All right. Well, that's that.
Yeah.
Apple is going to win. I hope Brittany gets the upset.
Decisively.
Yeah.
Apple better not let me down, Apple. We got fucking dinner on this shit.
And that was our predictions. Thank you for joining in week 3 of the Tuddy Talk podcast. I'm Devin.
I'm Gifford. And should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements even if it leads nowhere? See you next week.
See you next week.
Oh, fuck.